we present to you the Cross of Buddha meditation. This is a universal meditation that will help both beginners who have just embarked on the spiritual path and those who have been working on their spiritual transformation for years. This meditation has neither age nor national or religious restrictions, and is adequate for all people who are seriously interested in their spiritual development. For those who have already managed to advance along the spiritual path, the practice of this meditation will allow them to consolidate on the achieved level and continue to grow further as spiritual hearts. After all, there are no limitations to how much one can develop as a spiritual heart or improve oneself. Recall what Jesus taught. God is love. These words lay the foundation of the methodology of spiritual perfecting. Love is not just some beautiful symbol or something desirable yet unattainable. It is a reality. It is those emotions that transform us and bring us closer to God. What separates us from God is not a certain physical distance, but the state of us as souls. Spiritual perfecting makes it possible to directly perceive God personally and learn from Him. The ideal position of the body to perform this meditation is the so-called Vajrasana pose. To do this, we kneel on a mat with our toes pointing back, and we sit on our heels. Our backs are straight, and our hands lie palms down on our thighs. This posture helps us to be collected, creates a feeling of attentiveness, and helps us to concentrate on doing the meditation. Those who have problems with their knee joints can do the meditation while sitting on a chair or standing, but remember that one's back should be straight and one's chest should be opened. Let us begin to prepare ourselves for the Cross of Buddha meditation. We concentrate all our attention inside our chests. We observe the breathing and movements of our chests. I emphasize, we concentrate inside the chest, not on it from the outside. Inside is the Anahata chakra. From here, the spiritual heart begins to grow. Here, in this chakra, emotions of love arise. We observe our calm breathing and chest movements. This helps us to get rid of the hustle and bustle of thoughts and helps us to focus on what is happening with each of us here and now. We stop living in past or upcoming events. The feeling of time disappears. Thoughts stop. We live in the present, in harmony with the world around us. There is a wonderful technique that also helps us to transfer our self-awareness into the Anahata chakra. This is creating an image of our own face inside the chakra. Let's try to do it. We seemed to have become shorter. We feel in our chests, our forehead, cheekbones, eyes, let's close and open our eyelids. Let us look forward from our anahatas. If we manage to feel a soft, warm stream of energy that is directed forwards, then this is a wonderful achievement. We can remember these feelings and try to reproduce them at any time in different life situations. Try again to open and close our eyelids. We can also feel our chins and lips in our anahatas. We can move our lips as if uttering different words. And, very important, we can smile from our anahatas widely and broadly. Let us pay attention to how the state inside the chakra is immediately transformed by such a smile. It begins to glow from the inside with a soft light. This is the light of an awakening spiritual heart. Thanks to such simple techniques as observing breathing and reconstructing the appearance of our own faces in our anahatas, we have now prepared ourselves for the Cross of Buddha meditation. The essence of this meditation is to create successfully 3 states in the Anahata chakra. Peace, calm, and bliss. While saying respectively, may all beings be peaceful. May all beings be calm. May all beings be blissful. We direct these states outwards from our anahatas in all 4 directions in relation to our bodies, and also upwards and downwards. Let's create a state of peace inside our anahatas. When there is peace, there are no struggles, confrontations, clashes, disputes, or violence. But there is a peaceful, harmonious coexistence of everyone with everyone else, as well as goodwill, care, and tenderness. Love has different shades. One of them is the balancing of all contradictions, a creative state of the peace which unites individuals into a single whole. We feel how this state of peace fills our anahatas, growing with each breath and pouring out with each out-breath. Together with the words, "May all beings be peaceful," we direct a wave of love peace forwards. We share our love with the world around us, with all the people whom we know and don't know, with all creatures that are close and far away. May all beings be peaceful. Now let us direct the wish of goodwill from our anahatas to the right, saying, "May all beings be peaceful. We must not merely pronounce these words mentally in our heads. These words help us to create and set in motion a message of love which we radiate out from our spiritual hearts. At first, it can be like a ray of light that projects from our chests outwards. Over time, as we master the meditation, this beam will become wider and longer. Now let us direct a wish of peace backwards in relation to our bodies, saying, "May all beings be peaceful." At some point, we will begin to perceive that this wish is not just a beam of light projected outwards, but is a wide, powerful wave that spreads in a continuous stream in space. Let's send a wish of peace to the left, saying, "May all beings be peaceful." We try to embrace with our love as many creatures as possible. And now, let us direct the state of peace downwards, saying, "May all beings be peaceful." There are no barriers to our love. It penetrates through any firmament freely, unhindered, and as far as we have the strength to pour it. Now, upwards. The Anahata chakra is the source of love. We do not allow the concentration of consciousness to shift from our anahatas to our heads. Our love can spread, flow like a spring, like a fountain, high up, but only from the spiritual heart. We return by concentrating ourselves inside our anahatas. Let's immerse ourselves now in a state of calm. Let's feel as if we are by the sea or ocean, at dawn, in calm, almost windless weather. Soft, small waves rush to the shore, stroking it. The light whisper of pebbles rolling on the shore. Calls of seagulls. These sounds help us to feel and embrace the sea space. It is a great pleasure to listen to silence with the soul, with the spiritual heart. Silence exists beneath all sounds and within all the beauty of the surrounding space. We become filled with the silence. We plunge into the deepest calm. And with the words, "May all beings be calm," we send the state forwards. Just as mist in the morning, slowly driven by the movement of air, covers a valley near a river or lake, so too we can fill with our calm the space in front of us. May all beings be calm. Let us send a state of calm to the right, saying, "May all beings be calm." We can repeat these words internally or aloud, setting new qualities in the space around us. May all beings be calm. We send our love calm backwards. May all beings be calm. Have we all ever contemplated a starry night sky? Infinity, a myriad of stars, and calm, so thick, tangible, and all-embracing. And no matter how far we try to look into the night sky, everywhere we find this all-consuming silence and calm. We direct the gaze of the soul to the left. May all beings be calm. We wish peace and calm to other beings, and at the same time, we ourselves plunge even deeper into these states, strengthening them in ourselves. The more we ourselves give to others, the more we ourselves receive. We give, but do not become empty. On the contrary, we become filled with the love of God, who actively observes our efforts to become better and closer to Him. Now we direct a state of calm downwards, saying, May all beings be calm. Let's send a state of calm upwards, saying, May all beings be calm. And just as warm air rises slowly from the heated surface of the earth, in a similar way, we can give away this calm that we create in ourselves. And this calm fills the space above our bodies. Now, We can notice how the situation around us has truly changed. There is now much more harmony, both inside and outside us. Let us now try to experience the state of bliss. What is bliss? How to experience it? What do all creatures experience when they are gently stroked and caressed? Light, blissful, tingling, all over the body. We can try to reproduce this state inside one's anahata, inside the spiritual heart. It is also a state of inner satisfaction and gentle joy that we want to share with all beings. We can experience such emotions when contemplating beauty and enjoying this contemplation in nature. Light sparkles of joy light on the water. A flock of birds glistening with white feathers in the sky. This gives rise to emotions of bright, intense love, pleasure. When we are filled with these emotions, we can share them with the whole world. May all beings be blissful, we say as we send this state forwards. We can experience bliss from each and every one of our own acts of giving. Have we all heard the expression, soar with the soul? We don't feel the earth now. We don't seem to touch it at all. Now, let us direct a state of bliss to the right, saying, may all beings be blissful. Any memories from the past during which we experienced the highest states of blissful joy can help us to reproduce this state. Bliss is necessary for the full development of love. Now, we do not need external material circumstances to maintain this state. We are able to reproduce it in ourselves, first relying on memories, and later we can even learn to be in this state just by wishing this. May all beings be blissful. We say, sending the state backwards. At first, it may seem that directing our love backwards from Anahata is difficult. It's unusual for us to look backwards from our bodies. But as we train, we will learn how to do this just as easily and broadly backwards as we do forwards. We send a wave of bliss to the left. We send this bliss downwards, saying, "May all beings be blissful." And now, upwards. A droplet of dew hangs on a branch. A sunray touches it, and the droplet lights up like a little sun in response. In the same way, when touching other beings with our joy, we ignite the souls around us with love and joy. This is the Cross of Buddha meditation. We can improve in it endlessly. Let us feel how the state within us and around us has changed. And let us try to stay in this state for as long as possible. If there is an opportunity, we can rest lying on a mat, realizing and experiencing the unity of ourselves with the whole world of the creation surrounding us, together with its creator. This meditation and others like it dissolve the egocentric barriers that separate us from God. Good luck to all of you.